Hello and welcome to the 2025 Four Square Experimental Cup. Got Daniel Richmond and Eric Costanza here will be your commentators for today. And we're looking forward to a good day of some Foursquare with some different rules, trying out a bunch of different ways of doing it, and really making sure that we're prepared for the 2026 World Cup, which is coming up next spring. I'll introduce Eric. He's going to introduce some of our players, give a couple of player previews, and see what we can expect for today.
We are in for one heck of a show here today, Dan. I am very much looking forward to this. We have players coming in from all over the world. We got ourselves somebody who I'm very much looking forward to, Nate Green, hailing from Riverdale, Massachusetts, and his brother, Zach Green. Now, they haven't played, Dan, I want to say in over 3 decades. I want to say it's been 3 decades since these guys have picked up a Foursquare ball, but I guarantee you it'll be like riding a bike.
Really speaks to the longevity of the game and the lifelong nature of the game.
It does. We've also have, I am thrilled to see you guys may have heard him, the legend, Bubba Palucha. He is ranked in the top 5 in the world the last time I checked the consensus. And he's just got an incredible game about him. Of course, we're going to be seeing the strategist, Dan Richmond. We're going to be seeing the assassin, Eric Costanza. We got kids coming in, CJ, Martin. It's going to be one heck of a show, I'd say.
Players from all over the world, strategies from all over the world. I'm sure we'll see some arguments, some close calls, some athletic plays. We're definitely going to get a good display of athleticism out here as these players come in and make their mark on the Foursquare world. You may even see your hosts, Eric and I, join the game at some point.
Oh.
So we'll have to see. We'll have to check our skills both in and out of the announcing room. Truly a game for everyone.
See you on the court, Dan.
We'll be there.
All right, we are coming live from the Four Square Invitational. You can see that the players have already begun the action here. A tournament has broken loose, 5-out tournament, a little bit of a hybrid situation with the rules, world championship rules along with a mix of Riverdale or tournament rule style. The game has gotten underway. Dan is in there, Bub's in there, Eric. Looks like that is Zach. What a nice little attempt at a return there. Behind the back return by Eric, but that landed out. Looks like CJ's in one. CJ's hitting it back to Zach. Zach's going for it. Damn it, he can't get there, but he took a spill. What a nice attempt. Let's see that in an instant replay. CJ hits it into square 2. Zach is going for it. And I don't know if he dove, if he fell, but either way, look at that, right on his wrist, his right shoulder. Good try there by Zach. Nate is now in square 4. Eric with a pretty nifty spinning. Oh, shoot! A spinning hit to Nate, followed by a under-the-leg slam. Let's see that again in an instant replay. Nate hits it over to Eric. Under-the-leg slam. Zach almost gets there. A nice attempt, but can't get the under-the-leg slam. Bub is now in 4. Martin is in square 1. We got Dan, the strategist, in square 3. Martin's over here diving. Man, it's early, and we're already seeing these players just go all out, trying to get to these, get to these balls. Excellent effort. Excellent effort. All right. The game is still going on here. It's a beautiful day here in central Massachusetts, in this tournament of tournaments. Bubba is in square 2. Martin with a slam on Nate. Nate with an incredible return, but the assassin Eric Costanza living up to his name. Some sort of crazy backspin cutsy that Nate just could not get to. This play, the play here, the competitors are really incredible. I mean, check out these volleys. Look at the footwork, the anticipation. Some say that Four Squares is really, 50% strategy and anticipation, and the other 50% athleticism. I think I'm going to, agree with that one. All right, let's take a look at what's going on here. We got some really good volleys. We got kids of all ages, adults here, participating in this wonderful event. Nate's in there in square one, trying to get Bubba out. Bubba is just, it's so hard to get out. You slam him, and he knows how to return everything, essentially. Wow. All right. Looks like Eric just gave a nice little spinny action over to CJ. CJ couldn't return that one. We got Nate in there. We got Dan. I mean, look at this. Look at Bub just diving. A slam by Dan, and look at that return by Bub. I mean, the play is, look at this, back and forth. Let's see that again. So Eric hits it to Bub. Bub dives. Eric over to Dan. Dan thinks he's got an easy out with a slam. Bub comes out of nowhere. Look at, he's on the ground, and he just jumps and leaps up, and he's able to return the ball. Eventually, unfortunately, Bubba got out on that play, on that round, but man, what an incredible return. That's why Bubba is a 9-time town champion. Back to the game here. Again, some just incredible volleying going on. I mean, look at Nate, back and forth, back and forth. What a nice little play there by Martin. I mean, we had 10-year-olds in here just showing what the future of Foursquare is all about. I mean, Martin, a 10-year-old who's yet to compete in a world championship, just was able to slam out the assassin Eric, 3-time world champion. Are you kidding me? Great job by Martin there. We got Nate in square 4. Bubba's over there, playing his game. It looks like the strategist, Dan Richmond, who I believe came in 5th place last year at the World Championships, is now in square 4 in control of the game. Oh, looks like that ball just accidentally hit Bub in the foot. It happens to the best of them. Again, if the ball hits any part of your body other than your hand, you are out. Oh, looks like CJ, another 10-year-old, up and coming, a possible future world champ who has competed in the World Championships the last few years, is now in square 4. Pretty impressive feat by him, considering the competition. Look at that return by CJ. And Bubba slamming out Eric. There you go. Well, great stuff. Great action. I mean, with these competitors, it's rare to see a volley be less than 4 or 5 hits, because there's just the talent is incredible. Bubba going ahead and getting CJ out, but good job by CJ in there, being in square 4 for a while. Bubba is now in control of the game. The good thing about being in square 4 and serving the ball is that you obviously you get to serve the ball, which means you get to kind of control where the ball is at least starting off with. Look at this, another great volley. Bub with incredible range. Nate over here diving. Zach's got his game back after some of those attempts. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. That is, man. Dude, how long is this volley going on for? That was for almost like a 20-hit volley between those guys. Incredible. I mean, look, guys, look at the footwork. I want you guys just to take a moment and look at the footwork of the players who aren't hitting the ball. The anticipation. I mean, that's what really separates the men from the men from the boys, so to speak, or the girls from the women. I mean, you really gotta anticipate where the ball's coming in order to be. Whoa, did anybody else just see that? We gotta see that again. Ball's hit to Bubba in between the legs, and he has the eye-hand coordination to spin his body with his left hand and get the ball back over into square 3. Of course, the assassin, Eric Stanz, is he's not gonna let him get away with that. He's gonna still get him out. But that was just incredible by Bub right there. It looks like we're got a possible rule situation. Okay, so we got a showdown. So there was a little bit of a dispute between Nate and Martin. And when that occurs, again, a gentleman's game here, when we can't determine maybe what transpired and who should be out, then the two people involved are typically are involved in what's called a two-square showdown, and they battle each other to determine who got out, and that's what happened there between it looks like I think was it Nate and Martin. It looks like that landed out on Martin. I mean, Bub's over here Bub gets low, he dives. Look at there, another dive. It's like it's nothing. Bub's over here just diving like it's nothing. He's got his knee brace on, or his knee sleeve. And again, another dive. Another dive by Bubba. I mean, just come on. Just look at him out there. Agile as a cheetah. It's crazy. CJ's in there. Eric goes for the fake slam. Tries to catch Nate sleeping, but he was ready for it. Bub with a kind of a mini slam on Eric, but that's the other. So Eric is a 3-time world champion, 2-time senior champ, a 1-time overall champ. He's actually a reigning senior world champion, and I believe he's won the town champion about 7 times. I mean, the trophy room is ridiculous. That was a pretty sick little volley going on right there. We got Dan Richmond in there now in square 3. I mean, take a look at his footwork. I mean, and of course they call him the strategist because he is one with the strategery of the game, trying to game plan, trying to maneuver, trying to determine, okay, who can I hit it to get out? What can I do to take as much advantage of the rules as possible? Of course, in a gentleman's fair way. That was just a disgusting hit there by Eric to get Martin out. Basically, Martin had no shot whatsoever at getting there. Looks like okay. Nate getting out. CJ. Nice try, just nicely placed. Yeah, that's the thing about Nate's game. He the placement, right? Just basically hitting the ball in a place that the other players can't get at. Nate does look a little bit rusty, I will say, a little rusty on some of these hits, but I'm sure it'll come back to him here pretty soon. Again, Eric with the return on the Bub mini slam. Martin over here getting Zach out, hit him right in the left shin, it looked like. Some great action. A beautiful day here for Four Square. Another mini slam by Bub trying to get Eric out, and again returned as if it was nothing. But there it is. Eric couldn't handle that one. Kind of got himself out there. Hit the ball into his own square. Looks like we've got a couple of players now that have been eliminated from the tournament. It looks like we have our final 4 here. Bub, Eric, Nate. Ooh, Nate and Zach. That was a nice try by Nate. Look, he tried to get there. Nate has been eliminated. We're down now to the final 3, so square 1 is now vacant. Look at this volley between the final 3. It looks like that landed out. So Bub is still in the tournament, but he just got out, so he goes back to the lesser of the squares. Zach is now in control in square 4. We got the final 3 here. Over to Bub to Eric to Zach. Look at these returns. Look at this footwork. Ooh, was that in? Let's take a look at that again. That was a lefty spinner action, lefty cutsy. Let's see. Hits it right. It's a close one. I think it hit the line there. I think that ball may have hit the line, but I believe these players are going to go ahead and say that it should be a showdown here between Eric and Bub. It was too close to call. So a showdown here between, my goodness, how many championships between these two players? Almost 20. Back and forth. Who's gonna buckle? Looks like Bub hit it out, and he's been eliminated. Is he? No, Bub is still in it. Bub is still in the tournament. He's just gotten out of this particular round. Nice. That was probably about a 12 volley hit between these two guys. Zach is still in control. Oh, okay. Well, I spoke too soon. Zach has now been eliminated from the tournament, and now it is, looks like Eric and Bub is in the final. I think Eric has one less out here than Bub, so he's got an advantage. And he just got out, hit the ball wide. So now these players are tied, 4-4. This is the final out of the tournament. We shall see who wins. Final two. Here we go. Showdown. I spoke too soon. Apologies to the public. It looks like Eric had another out to give. Now this is the final out. And there it is. Kind of handcuffed Bub a little bit there. Let's take it down for some interviews. All right, we are coming off the heels of a pretty aggressive 5-out tournament here with Zach Green, former Riverdalian. We're always Riverdale blood always. Tell me a little bit about your return here to the wonderful sport Four Square. How'd you feel? How are your hamstrings?
My hamstrings are okay. I did take one tumble, not realizing these squares are a little bit bigger than we're used to, but after a couple of volleys, it's like riding a bike. Just got right back into it.
Yeah, I second that. You definitely look like you were right into it. Would you come in third? Third place?
Yeah, I came in third.
Pretty impressive. Now the tumble. Tell me a little bit about the tumble. I'm not sure if it was a tumble, a fall, a dive. What happened there?
You know, I saw the ball and I was like, oh, I can go get it, not realizing that I'm about 50 pounds heavier than I used to be. And my momentum, I got ahead of my knees a little bit, and next thing I know, I'm on the ground.
Gravity.
Gravity took over.
To gravity. All right, now I'm here with Nate Green. Another one of the Green brothers, the famous bloodline of Greens that have I think, what was it, the 1400s that you guys came in and settled into Riverdale?
1357.
1357. Tell us a little bit about your return to Four Square, sir.
It's been great. When you get a call to come play Four Squares, no matter how long it's been, you get there and you play.
A man who needs no introduction. 10? 9?
9.
Nine-time champion, Mr. Bubba Neal Palucha. I'm in the presence of greatness. I don't know. I just peed myself. You're back here on the Four Square court. How does it feel?
I'm exhausted. I've played for about 10 or 15 minutes, and I can't feel my feet.
Unfortunate, but that's what happens with Father Time.
Get my knee sleeves.
Oh, look at that. Just in case.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the biggest difference with the time lapse. So it's been a good. I mean, you may have tinkled a little bit with Four Squares over the last couple decades, but tell me a little bit about now you're playing now versus what you played then. What's the biggest difference?
Did I mention I was tired? I do one round, and then if the ball's rolling away, I choose to go get it so I can walk and catch my breath. So yeah, I don't think I could do this for the next month after today.
All right, it looks like the players are now setting up for an additional tournament. It looks like they're going to go ahead and partake in a World Championship rules tournament, which basically consists of you're required to serve diagonally to square one. Square one is diagonal from square 4 in these rules. Outside lines are in. Air balls are able to be taken advantage of. Air balls meaning the ball does not need to bounce in your square unless it is on the serve. So let's just go ahead and take this in and watch these incredible athletes at work. I mean, I'm sorry just to cut in here, but listen to the sound effect footwork of, again, these players just getting themselves into position, even when the ball, wow, look at that return. Even when the ball is, not being hit to them, they're preparing and getting ready to strike the ball. Ooh, nice little outside hit action there. can see how some of the players, Dan in square one, taking advantage of being able to leverage air balls. It's like Bub and Martin are in a de facto showdown. They don't have to be, but they're choosing to be. Oh, Bub tries to sneak up on Eric, but he was ready for it. And looks like Martin got Bubba out. He wasn't too pleased about that one. And it looks like Martin and Eric are in the final two. Good job. Ooh, look at that changeup hit by Eric. Nice job, and nice job by Martin. Good job by all the competitors. And I believe what's happening here is that the players are, yes, they are getting ready for a hardcore tournament. They are drawing out an additional 2 squares on top of the 4 squares, so that there are 6 squares that players will leverage in this particular tournament. There are so many variances and versions of 4 squares, and hardcore rules is one of them. All right, well, it looks like the players are now kicking off the final tournament of the day here at the Four Square Invitational, a hardcore rules tournament. Again, as mentioned before, 6 squares. Let's see, basically all rules apply. Short stopping, which is where you basically kind of hit it yourself. Spinsies, cutsies. You can serve wherever you want. Let's just take it in. This different version, this different take, if you will, of 4 squares. Actually 6 square. Just so many different options. You gotta basically be staying alive at all times. Look at Eric just all over the place, getting himself out there, but I think he traveled 100 yards in that particular round. Oh, Dan cannot get there. Nice hit by CJ. There's just a lot of more ground to cover, a lot more angles in this 6 square hardcore tournament. And granted, the players are probably a little fatigued after the day they've had, as we heard during the interviews. The other thing I don't think I've mentioned is the fact, and this is the way that they've been playing here all day, which is this particular rule is World Championship rules, where you can hit the ball with any part of your hand, whether it be underhand or overhand. I know hitting the ball, nice little hit by Bub there. I know, hitting the ball overhand or palmsies down is a big no-no in most parts. Ooh, look at that. Look at that play by Zon behind the back. That was a jumping. Let's see that again. So Eric hits the ball almost like a floater to Zach. Zach with a jumping under the legs strike to his brother Nate, but Nate is ready for it. Nate hits it back into, looks like square 4 where Dan is. Dan with a mini slam to Bub. Bub hits it to Eric. Eric with a behind the back lefty hit, getting Zach out. That may have been the volley of the day. Anyway, as I was mentioning, underhand or overhand is legal in the World Championship rules, and that is the way that the players have been playing here in this particular tournament all day, regardless of the other rules involved. Look at that spinsy by Bub. CJ can't get there.
That was a good volley.
You know, a spinsy is when you're using 2 hands to, hit the ball in a rotational way, giving an unnatural rotation of the ball. Look at this volley. Eric went for one too many spinsies there, got himself out. Yeah, basically Karate Kid over there. You might see a one bat or a first serve. On the serve, a player can choose not to hit it, and the serve has to be redone. Look at that, another spinsy by. Look at this spinsy by Zach. Bam, making the ball go from left to right. Bub basically had no shot at that one. Nice spinsy. Good job by Zach. All right, looks like we're down to our final 3. We got Nate, we got Eric, we got Zach. Eric just over here giving under the leg hits like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. All right. Looks like Zach got himself out there, and we're down to the final two in this final tournament of the day, this hardcore championship rules. It is Nate and Eric squaring off. Looks like Eric got himself out on that one. And I believe this is game point. They're both at their final amount of outs. Next person who gets out loses, and obviously making the other win. Here we go, going back and forth. Yep, there's the shortstop. So shortstop will get you every time, and he got Nate out. Nice play. So that's going to do it for you here today. I appreciate everyone for watching. Please tune back in for more. Till then, happy Foursquare.